Yeah, and tomorrow the muggies are going to come back, and also periods of rain, some storms mixed in. There will be some impacts to outdoor plans. It's the first alert weather day tomorrow. The severe threat, at least that has backed off. We'll take it after yesterday's storms. Excessive rainfall, half the state has a low end risk for, 1.5 inches locally of some of that heavier rainfall. In terms of what's happening on first alert futurecast tomorrow, the warm front lifts through, we get muggy, we get a round of rain, some downpours, and maybe some thunderstorms mixed in. But notice the front part of the day looks a lot wetter than the second part of the day. So it's not a complete washout, but there will be periods where you're like, yeah, being outside is just not going to be pleasant unless you don't mind it pouring. But here's 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when we start to get that main heavier round to build on in. But notice by 3, that is kind of departing. We get breaks in the action, and then it's kind of widely scattered through the rest of the early evening hours before tapering off. So tomorrow does feature, maybe a drier start towards the shoreline, and then later on in the day, you get some of those showers, maybe a thunderstorm to move in, where it's a, wetter start up in inland, and then gradually kind of tapering off. But yeah, it's not all day long. There will be lulls in the action. Keep up with radar trends to the First Alert Weather app. And, tomorrow morning when you watch us, we might have a slightly different solution. So things are always evolving, and subtle changes do occur even 24 hours out. Monday, it gets hot again. It's going to be humid too. So yeah, it's going to feel a lot hotter, impacting you if you're outside. Tuesday, the worst of the heat, near record heat as well. So that risk for heat related illnesses really spikes Tuesday. And we're just taking it easy again. Well, at least we know what to do when it becomes this hot. And we're talking about near 95 for high we're forecasting. That's close to a record. So Monday it starts to get into that moderate to major heat risk range. Well, most of the states major by Tuesday, and Wednesday might have to lump that in, but that front, we'll have to see how quickly it moves through and how much our weather improves. The feel, that is 70 in Waterbury. It's bright there. We're checking in with our weather watchers. Jeff, oh wow, 61 degrees. So that drier air is definitely noticeable up in Staffordville. Even Myrna and Chaplin, 64. Darlene and Mystic, it was like, it still doesn't feel too bad outside. You can tell, again, subtle drops in these dew points. 60s inland, 70s down to our south. The low 60-degree dew points are really taking over, so that's going to make us feel a lot better out there as we go through today. So the day ahead does feature just beautiful weather out there. It's one of those days, knock out yard work, anything strenuous, because it's going to get hotter or it's going to get rainier, depending on the day. Tomorrow's more of that rainier, off and on rain periods of locally heavy and possible storms mixed in. And then it's really hot weather Monday through Wednesday. Watching that front, a little slower to clear Thursday, but improvements, and you really will notice it by Friday. Is going to feel incredible, and it's the beginning of the new month. So we're wrapping up the final weekend of July. All right, some of